end up going into the back, and we get pushed into the back where our parking lot was. But now there's a door. It's like a concrete door. It's been closed in front of our car type shit. So as we get into the Pathfinder, now we only like 2 cars deep. But all the kids from the street, somehow they get into the parking lot. So they're in the parking lot and they start banging on our windows and shit. I'm on Instagram. I'm looking. I'm like, this is probably some normal Haiti shit. I don't know what's going on. But it wasn't no normal shit. They was really asking for 6 bands for us to leave the parking lot.
Look at the game switch.
Hey, shut up. Lieutenant made this one.
It's BNF Podcast, man. We back with another episode. I got a special episode for y'all. But before I can bring my guests in, I just got to pay some bills real quick. Show some love to 4, 5, 6, man. I appreciate the clothing, man. And y'all out here doing y'all thing, man. Keep it going. Y'all niggas got a lot of motion right now. I appreciate y'all niggas, man. Appreciate the merch and all that. You know where we at, Kerms. 69 North Main Street. Come here. Get right. Go get your BNF smoothie, man. I had a DM the other day. And salute to you, King. I'm happy I was able to help you out. Niggas got right. They got their BNF smoothie. I told you got the sea moss in there, got the honey pack in there. He said, yo, it gave him a lot of energy to go to work, and he doubled back before he went home, and his lady was happy. I'm telling you, it works. That's the only reason why I'm around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the fun's a little funny right now, so all I can do is, you know, put in that work. So shout out to the BNF smoothie who's keeping me right, giving me an extra 10, you know, pumps every day, and I appreciate that, you know. What else we got going on, man? Shout out to Sheep in the motherfucking building, man. You know, always keeping me laced up too, man. Shout out to my guy. We're gonna have a great episode for y'all niggas today, man. You know, stay tuned. BNF Podcast, man. We here with another great episode, man. We got some liquor. We had my man Jonas Catering came through. Man, showed us some love today, man. Food was fire, bro. Shout out to you, King. Keep doing your thing, man. Really appreciate you and I support you 100%. Keep, you know, doing your own shit like that. But we got a special guest with us, man. I'm going to bring him in. He's a hometown legend. I'm going to say he's a legend, man. You know, I know niggas is going to be mad at me, you know, say I'm, you know, D-riding and all that. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? But he's from the, you know, he plays for the home team and we appreciate him. And he's been putting on for a while and, you know, he's finally getting the fruits of his labor. I'm happy for him, proud of him. And he's making the town look good. He's making the state look good. He's making the city look good, man. Shout out to my man Millyz in the motherfucking building. Hand clap for my guy Millyz in the motherfucking building, man.
Appreciate you, my dog.
I appreciate you, man. And you've been at it for a while. And I'm just happy, man. All the success that you're getting, bro. Like, it's a beautiful thing to see because you've been so dedicated and so committed for so many years, and I see it working out for you. You know, there's a lot to learn from your story and your grind process, bro. You know, I'm really happy for you. You know,
I appreciate
you know
that.
for real, man. How is success treating you?
How was success treating me? It's good, you know. I got more adjusted to it. It was like a little adjustment process. Just even in the beginning, even coming into some money, I got to a point where I was rapping so much, I didn't even think I was gonna see a bag from it. I just accepted, like, all right, I like making art, I like making music. So when I first saw some money, I didn't even really know what to do with it. You know, we was flying 18 people out type shit, like living in these cribs. I saw my first M and went broke fast. You know, just off.
Wait, what year did you see your first?
I got in the game in 2021.
Okay.
So I got in the game in 2021. So like I'd say, yeah, like 2022, shit was really booming. That's the first time I really was touching the bag, but I had to make adjustments on even just, you know, getting used to how to live, because all them flights, just everything that comes with being a rapper, it take a lot out of you. Yeah, lifestyle is heavy.
Lifestyle's different.
Lifestyle is heavy for real. So I had to adjust to all that. So now I could say that I'm more adjusted to it. So success is good because I know what's coming. you know, and I know how to handle it more than I did before.
Man, let's take a shot to success real quick before we really start this shit off, man. We got one of my favorite tequila companies is here, man, and we're gonna take a shot just to celebrate success. We're gonna celebrate life. We're gonna celebrate, you know, our accomplishments, man.
With that.
And we here, man, just good energy. We're gonna take 2 shots real quick before we set it off, you know. 2 shots, bro. You know, we got to get right, man. Get that Salvina tequila. Okay, I appreciate you. You taking a shot with us, so you know we celebrate, man. We gotta celebrate success, man, and the grind. Hey, yo, man, hit the ball. Y'all can hit the ball, man. If y'all want to leave, we got C's in the building. We got everybody want to toast to success. I don't know if you got a water in your hand or whatever. We're gonna toast, man, to, you know,
wealth, health,
good
happiness, abundance.
Exactly. Keep that good energy flowing and going. This is some good tequila right here. I'm not even lying to you. Salvina.
I wasn't even drinking. I was gonna go on a 10-day no drinking.
For what? You a rapper.
Yeah, that's why.
You be doing it a lot. That's just a daily thing.
Yeah, you know. So sometimes you gotta show some discipline. But this is from the hometown.
It's from the hometown right here, man.
So, yeah.
My man moved like ghost. I don't be saying his name or nothing like that, cause you know he be texting me like, "Yo, why you gotta say my name?" So it's like, dude, come on, you got a liquor brand. You don't want to show face, but I get it, you know. But you know, that's my guy though. You know, I just call him Ghost. You know, I just call him Ghost now, man. But yeah, this is some good tequila, man, and you can find it too in High Park, 591 High Park Ave. It's in Rosendale. That's right? Brooks Liquor Store. You can, you know, go get your bottles, man, and get right. Last time I ran into you was at your show, MGM, Millyz and Friends. It was a dope show. I had some issues getting in. There was a lot of people. I was mad at C's for a little bit, but he made it right. Shout out to Jigs. He got me in there. He see me outside panicking and shit like that. I was trying to go through the back as a rapper. I'm like, y'all don't know who the fuck I am. Like, I got the hottest podcast in motherfucking New England, man. Like, I'm on the list. They're like, yo, I don't know. Woo, woo, woo. But niggas see me out there, and they made sure me and my niggas got in and shit like that. My man Boogs left us, but it's all good. But yeah, man, that was a great show.
Fucking with it?
Yeah, fucking with it. Yeah. I seen you on your rapper shit because we seen each other, but we didn't really talk. Like, you was in rapper mode. Like, that's a success, right?
Nah, I mean, honestly, I don't even really remember seeing you in there, bro.
Yeah, like you was leaving the stage, you know, and I was by the stairs and shit like that. You know, I was happy you dapped me up, you acknowledged me, but then you just went about your business, you know, security and all that. You know, that's a success. I understand. I get. I'm gonna do the same shit. I'm gonna do the same shit.
But it's like, yo, you gotta
when
account.
My chance come, I'm gonna do the same shit.
You gotta account. All right, how many people is in the building? How many people do I know in there? There's a lot of people.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I have my man. I got SK's son with me. I got people that I gotta really.
That was a dope moment.
Yeah, so
that was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, so for certain people, it's like they just priority, and everybody gonna have to understand that I'm working. But yeah, when we throw those hometown shows, it's always tough to, like, you know, accommodate everybody for real.
I've been to a few. This one felt a little bit different.
Oh yeah, this was the one.
Yeah, why? What made this one so different and so special from the others that I've been to?
I mean, what would you say was special about it?
Well, you brought out a lot of acts, and there was no violence. When you can put a lot of Boston niggas in the same room, you know, who probably have some past tension with each other, and everybody's able to just understand the moment and understand, like, yo, we're gonna put our differences aside, and this is a special day, and we just gonna rock out or whatever like that. You know, let bygones be bygones for the day or whatever the case may be. And, you know, just that love, it just felt different from all the other ones I personally been to, you know, that you invited.
You went to the House of Blues when we sold out?
I've been to the House of Blues once. I don't know if I missed that one. You know, I was on vacation. So I don't know if I missed that one, but I went to two. I went to the one in
that was
Brighton before.
That was 2023.
I wasn't here for that. But I've been to two. I've been to the one in Brighton before. And you introduced me to Jada on one of them. And I remember Jada, one thing I like about you like to put niggas on, like, yo, he got one of the hottest podcasts, and he got the hottest podcast in the city. Yo, woo, woo. And
100%.
Jada was like, yo, what up? And he was complimenting me on my P coat. I had an LVP coat on, but this is my only one. And I know he's into Picos, but I'm acting like I got like 6 or 5. You know how you acted when you see me, you just walk past me? I didn't want to act like I was a super fan. So Jada's talking to me, I'm acting like I'm not hearing him. He's like, yo, bro, I told you that your Peacoat's fire. I'm like, yeah. You know, it's just, you know, I act like
See,
I
you
like
on some
5,
real, that's like real Hollywood shit. I actually had shit
I only
to
had
do.
one, but I had like, you know, sometimes you gotta act like you got more than what you have sometimes, you know?
I guess.
You know, it's a success, right? You know, at that time I was, you know, I was in my bag that time. But yeah, that particular show, the one at MGM, that was a good show. I really enjoyed that. How did you feel about that show itself? Or was it another show to you?
Nah, definitely not another show. Cause you know, I was like rolling the album out, and I knew I originally had put a whole, well, you know, my booking agency, they put a whole tour together. So the album ended up getting pushed back further towards kind of the Boston show. And I didn't really understand that MGM holds 5,700 people. You know, it's listed as 5,000, but it's 5,700. And I figured out that the floor at MGM was the size of the whole House of Blues put together. That kind of spooked me out, you know? Cause I'm like, damn, this hometown, like that means if I sell out the House of Blues, it'll still be empty in the balconies. See what I'm saying? So I knew as soon as I stepped out and I saw that the balconies was full and all the lights and shit like that, I was like, oh yeah, this is history. Nobody ever sold this many tickets, because the most tickets anybody ever sold as like a Boston area rapper, and I'm going past like 1995. Like I don't know what happened before 1995, but I do my history, and I don't think nobody else sold out. I know Stiz sold out House of Blues and Joyner sold out House of Blues. You know, that's 2,600 and shit. So I knew for me to try to do this is pushing the envelope in a recession, a down economy. But I'm trying to make that history, man. Put my flag in the ground for real.
I think you accomplished that. You know, seeing that love, and that's that love sometimes we don't see online. Sometimes we forget that exists, that people really support you and people really a fan.
100%.
You know, sometimes we need that reminder.
Yeah, a hard ticket sale is the most admiration you could get from like a fan or a supporter. That's the most support you could get, because that means they stopped what they were doing that day. They paid money out of their pocket. They physically pulled up on you. They cheered for you. That's a whole different experience than somebody hitting play on a song and going, this song hard. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when you got like, you know, dedicated supporters. So people was driving from Florida, all type of places to come there. So
moments like this, do you miss S. Dot, like not being around? I know you brought his son out, which I told you was a dope moment. Like not having him here to share these type of moments. Yeah,
and I mean this not the highlight. Like honestly, bro, my life is like a highlight reel. I feel sometimes, but it's missing, you know, a star player for real. So that shit is devastating to me every day. Pushing without a real loved one, somebody that's so solid and helped me make it to the precipice of my career. You know, that shit is devastating, bro. It make it hard to enjoy any of the wins. I'll be in a party with the baddest bitches in the world, knowing I got a good amount of money in my pocket, shit on the schedule, on the calendar, my dream life. But I don't got my brother there with me, and I don't got a few of my brothers there with me, and that shit killed me at the end of the night. No matter what, I'll be in a hotel, whatever it is, like I can't really find no happiness in this shit. So I learned that like a material thing can never bandage any pain, things of that nature. The most I could do is really just push and do my best for, you know, for the kids that come after us and the families and things of that nature. Because I'm not going to find happiness in you know, my day to day life for real.
Does that
not that level of happiness like when I was with the bro, and it's not just us that been going. You know, I got friends doing life, like my real friends that I talk to more than any human on this planet. So it's like, yeah, it's a void in my heart for the bros for sure, man.
Does that put pressure on you? Like, as far as just, you know, knowing that you got niggas not here right now, and do you feel like you have to provide, or you feel like you got to hold it down? Does that put any pressure on you financially, emotionally, just trying to make shit happen?
100%. I had pressure from my whole neighborhood. I had pressure from my whole city, my whole network. As soon as I got into this shit, you know, I'm on that. If I show you my access corrections, you're gonna see 11 names, shit like that. So, nah, it's definitely pressure, but at the same time, it's a blessing to be able to try to live up to that. But hell yeah, because I know so many people, it's a gift and a curse, you know?
Yeah. Like, do you ever feel like you need to, like, okay, like I have to be selective on who I can help, or it's like,
yeah, that's what people tell me all the time, for sure. Because the first run, like when I first got into this shit, that's how I lost it, man. We were staying in Terrence J's house. This is after I think they tried to rob him in California outside of his house.
The park?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got the crib with the basketball court in the back, tennis court, outside pool, 2 living, crazy shit going on in there. So like, we stayed in there for real.
Yeah.
Everybody. All of me and mine, we stayed on there. We stayed in there. There was a couch. There's multiple bedrooms. There was a couch that could sleep like 30 people, like a couch like the size of this room. Crazy shit, like, you know. So, but I was flying. I was paying every one of them tickets. I just wanted to move around with everybody. I thought we could take everybody with us, and it was.
That gets a lot though.
No, hell yeah. I didn't know though. I was just like, you know, this money's coming in, man. So, you know, we had to tighten up, and then you realize, especially there's people that might not be with you, but when they first pull up, they ask you for some money when you first get in the shit, and it's like, all right, you my man, I got you. But then they come for the second round, and that's when you realize, oh nah, like I can't. This is unsustainable for me. See what I'm saying?
You had to cut a few niggas off along the way already.
A lot of people cut themselves off though. I don't really cut people off. Like you can cut yourself off.
You let niggas hang themselves pretty much.
I'm not saying none of like.
Well, you let people X themselves out pretty much.
Yeah, I let people X themselves out.
That sounded kind of crazy. Yo, you good at catching certain shit, bro. For a nigga who said he was in spec class all his life.
I was in spec class, but I'm fucking sharp though.
Yo, don't think I was trying to set you up.
I don't know, like, because you know the only way they could fuck with me, I'm so reputable. The only way they could fuck with me, they gotta clip me up.
Yeah, that was definitely
little corny shit. To, you know what I mean?
I want you to educate us real quick on just the independent, being an ND versus the major, because you pretty much been independent your whole motherfucking run.
Hell yeah, I was independent by default though. So I would have signed to Def Jam for $20,000. They could have had my masters for the rest of my life.
That's how bad you wanted to be.
What? I just wanted to come back here and say like, to the city, I got a deal.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to come back here and say I got a deal, man. Fuck. But you know, as time went by, that never happened, and I was in front of every major label. I was really in the industry. I went with a guy named Set Free. He put me down. He put me with Columbia Records. He put me with Lee Anderson, the biggest booking agents. I was in front of everybody who runs the industry, and they all were just like, I don't see it. And so I was forced by default to stay independent.
Right.
And then the pandemic came, and I dropped the tape. I dropped Blanco 3, which people like the song off it. They like the song with me and Jones. And I was like, oh, if y'all like this song, this is super easy for me to make. I hurried up, spun back, dropped Blanco 4. When I did that, I did my LA Leakers freestyle. I did my No Jumper interview, Kiss did verses. And I did a song with Herbo. All of that shit combined at the same time. The stars aligned for me. You see what I'm saying? God's timing was just like...
That's 2021. 2021.
So all the stars just, you know, aligned at that time. And I dropped the tape my shit went up I probably went up like 300K followers on the gram or something like that. I dropped the tape. That's the first time I realized that I was having national motion. Like I would get out anywhere and I couldn't move around New York no more. It was like I was lit in New York. So I was fine with that. I'm like, all right, bet, let's try to get a deal. Before we could go try to get a deal, I got a check in the mail. Or in the email, I forget which one it was. I got a check somehow. And that shit was like a sizable number. And I was confused. I was like, what's the check from though? And he was like, oh no, cause you recouped, cause they only gave me $25,000 for Blanco 4.
Okay.
So that was my marketing. So my shit hurried up and recouped. And when it got to me, it was like 50 bands, 60 bands or something. And I was like, damn. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna get one of these every 3 months type shit.
Oh, that's dope.
And I was like, oh man. And that's the first time I understood what being independent was. And that you don't need a deal structure. You know, I mean a major label deal structure.
Explain this to me, for people like me who don't know. So you're signed to So Raspy, right?
Right.
But you're still independent.
Yeah.
Like is that more like a partnership, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a partnership. So we break bread, you know, off what comes in and shit like that. But at the end of the day, like a major is a company that's gonna take your master. So a major will
Universal, like one of those big like a big corporation.
Yeah, Columbia, Republic, Def Jam.
And they handle distribution and all that.
They do your distribution, but they're gonna take, their whole thing is to make you a star, and then they own your music.
Okay.
But you get the fame. Whereas like distribution is like, all right, we're gonna distribute your music. You do what you do to become a star. If it works out, here's the distribution check because you made this much. So it'll be like a good distribution split is like 80-20. So you might give me some money, right? You might give me 500 bands or something for an album, or depending on who the artist is, you know, whatever it is, you might give me 100 bands, and it's really on me to take that 100 bands, turn myself up to the point where my music streams recoup on that 100 bands. And then after that, I'm getting 80% of everything that streams. So every time somebody play me on Apple Music pays the most. People be looking at them Spotify numbers.
You get 80% profits of that.
Yeah, you're getting 80% of all your profits.
Okay.
YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, because Facebook is counted as streams. So YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud is monetized, Audio Mac, Tidal, all of that type of shit.
And the majors take care of the marketing.
The majors, yeah, they're gonna put the market on you. So they'll make this podcast the biggest thing ever. If it works, it doesn't always work for them. But essentially their philosophy is like, give you upfront money, make this podcast the biggest thing ever, and we own this shit for perpetuity.
So now, as an independent artist, how do you go about distribution now, since you're not with a major?
Well, distribution, so there's companies, so there's distribution labels. So there's like Create, which I'm on currently. Deal almost up.
This is an educational moment for niggas in the game trying to get on.
There's Create, there's Empire, there's 300. There's a few, and those are like the more like, I'm not gonna say it, they made, like for instance, Create had Ice Spice. So those distro companies, it's still an 80-20 split. They're not gonna give you a lot of money up front, but if you do fuck around and pop on TikTok, they have the resources to be like, here's an M, here's another M. How far you wanna go? They could put lighter fluid on your shit. So for instance, like my man, I got a pub deal with Empire, and Empire is Ghazi. So Ghazi had Dolph and hella other rappers. So when Dolph was talking about, yo, a major would sign me for 20 million, he wasn't lying.
Okay.
It's a catalog deal. See what I'm saying? He wasn't lying, but like Ghazi got Shabuzi. So Shabuzi, from my understanding, came in there on like a low deal, like 30 bands or something, and then he got that the biggest country song in the world. He's out here, and now because he's with Empire, a distro that's similar to a major, they put the lighter fluid on him and he's gone.
What I'm getting out of this conversation? So if you are an independent artist and you make a name for yourself and you blow up, now you can go to a major and you can really like you have the leverage now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, you can really negotiate your own deal.
Honestly though, it's all a leverage game now, because the old model of be a dope artist and they'll see you for talent, that's over. It's over. Don't ever think in your life somebody is gonna come get you. Not a label. A label will never or 99.9% inevitability that a label will never come get you because they liked how your song sounded. You got to have a data line. You shit got to go like that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have a data line. You have to have proof of concept. You have to have, look, this is how much my shit is making. This is how many views my shit is doing. This is how many impressions my name gets online, whatever it is. You got to have, and they're buying into that. They're like robots now.
Yeah.
They have no vision of, oh, this is culturally dope. I think it'll do this and that. All of that shit is out of the window.
It's dead.
That is dead in the water.
There
is no more. There is no more. You know what? I think he got a nice voice. I think, man, if we just paired him with so and so, and 6 months from now we just develop. They don't care about none of that. They want to see what does the data line show, and they look at the data line and they write down what the artist is worth and what he's projected to be worth.
That's why majors. There's no like artist development because they just looking at numbers.
Data lines.
Yeah, that's
data
it.
lines. That's your artist development.
Yeah.
So and that was my situation. I didn't get a major offer until I had a data line, like a strong data line.
Showing you doing numbers.
Yeah, that's it. Like
now as an indie.
But as an independent too, I also want to say it's not just like create an empire in those distros, because you go TuneCore. I got money from CD Baby. Everything that I ever did in my rap career prior to getting into the game around 2021 is on CD Baby. So that's my CD Baby catalog. So that's still a give me, whatever amount of money per year. Like it's less than 6 figures, but it's still a decent independent check,
But it's a grind. You got to put up your own bread. You're pretty much investing, like you're fully invested in yourself.
Yeah, when you on CD Baby and TuneCore and all that, you got to put up your own money. You got to put up your own money. The thing about my shit, I never even put up money until 2020.
How you was getting through? How were you going about?
I live off $3,000, bro. Like when I'm talking about money, I mean at least 10K and up, like a real bag. I never could buy a feature that was over 3 bands, like nothing. I lived that whole time just struggling. It was just a rough patch financially, but I knew that every dollar I had, I knew it had to go back. Like I'm big on God, bro, and I really believe that God can see. Like you can never cheat God when it comes to the grind. God knows all the work that you're putting in and all the work that you're not putting in. So God knows if I'm tricking this money on some stupid shit or if I'm spending it on my career. Everything is accounted for. It's my big accountant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the whole time from the 2010s to 2020s, I'd get my little money here and there, but it goes straight back into studio time, straight back into paying the video guy. I paid studio and the video guy 100 times more than I ever was able to pay myself because this is what I wanted. And then finally, I got a few investments and around the pandemic and those times, and then artists started investing in themselves as my name grew. It was a bunch of artists that wanted to jump into the rap game, and I was able to leverage my name with that and do lots and lots of features. And we took all that feature money, put that shit right back, all that feature money, until finally labels started being like, the distros and shit, like, all right, how much you want?
Not a lot of people can do that, man. That grind really.
Now that grind will break you because that grind will break you because you're gonna watch other people. I used to watch rappers and they would have a chain and a car and shit like that. And I'd be like, damn, I could really go run it up and risk my freedom and get a chain and a car right now. But like, I'm gonna just keep putting this into the studio and I'm gonna keep putting this into my craft. And man, them motherfuckers don't even got chains and cars no more, bro. Where.
Yeah, it's a marathon, bro. The grind is a marathon.
But I stayed strict. I stayed strict to that grind, and now I pull up. It's like, man, I be knowing the shit so sometimes you just gotta have patience and dedication because the shit that I'm pulling up in, dudes could never. Like them same dudes that I'd be like, damn, he's flexing on me right now. I'm like, you never. My worst chain's better than your biggest chain. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, if you got that patience, man, I think all of that should pay off. I think anybody who stays dedicated and motivated not even motivated, I think anybody who stays dedicated and consistent for a long time, and if your heart's in the right place, you're gonna get that baggery.
You got to stay committed. I remember you told a story on I don't know which interview it was, but I was listening to just you making it on the BT Cypher, And for 3 years straight, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it was 3 years or 4 years straight, this man right here is going to the cypher not even knowing if his name's going to be called. So he's pretty much showing up and hoping that a rapper doesn't show up, and he's just available if there's an opportunity. The first year he goes, he don't get that opportunity. The second year he goes, he don't get that opportunity. The third year he goes, a rapper doesn't show up, and he just ends up freestyling. He's on the cypher.
That's a fact.
That's dedication.
Showing up for 3 days a year, and you would sit there. If you ever been to like a film set, those are like 12-hour days type shit. So it'll start early in the morning, like 8 p.m. and end around 8 p.m. 8 a.m.
And you staying there throughout.
I'm staying there the whole time, because even if I'm not getting on, it's interesting to me just like seeing rappers. I seen Kendrick and TDE and ASAP Mob at the same time. Like, I don't know if Yams was alive at the time, but I seen them right after Kendrick said, "I'm the king of the coast." So he said something, "I'm the king of New York." Remember that on the Control verse? And he was in New York doing the cypher. Feel me?
Kendrick, not to cut you off, Kendrick has a similar story on, like, showing up to certain situations and somebody ain't come up. I think it was the freshman, XXL, and somebody didn't come and he just had his opportunity. You got to seize your opportunity.
Yeah, you got to seize the moment.
Yeah.
I done told C's the other day, I think we was coming back from the club or some shit. We was in we parked in like a hotel area, and I was just saying, I don't know, I seen a broom and I was like, yo, bro, I want my dream so bad. I would fucking sweep this floor right here for 72 hours straight, bro. I swear to God, right now. That's how I be feeling, just in my spirit. Like, and I feel like that's what makes you gotta have that sort of hunger. Like, I'm fried for this dream. Like, I am fried. I will die for it. Everybody know that. Everybody knows that. If you come in contact with me, he's gonna die about it. He's gonna live about it. This is his shit. This is his realm. This is what he's on. You can fucking feel it. You see what I'm saying? And people, I don't know, maybe some people got it, some people don't. But I know when I'm around somebody who got that same type of drive and motivation.
Not everybody has that.
Yeah. And that's fine. You could be like, you could be a calm, laid back person too. Like, if that's you, like that is to take nothing from somebody who's calm and laid back, and not, I just happen to be born like dedicated with a dream, like. And I'm a realist too, so I know like the odds. I look at the odds. How many rappers made it out of the 617? Made it. How many rappers generated $1 million out of the 617?
Not too many.
How many?
Out of the 617?
In the last 20 years.
Maybe one. Maybe one I could think of.
How many rappers are there?
There's a lot of rappers.
So I'm saying, you got to know the odds. You got to know that this shit is harder than getting into the NBA, statistically.
Especially coming from the 617.
Yeah, especially, bro. But this shit is harder than getting into the NBA, bro. It's 12 NBA players, 14 NBA players per team. What's it like, 300 NBA players a year?
I don't know how many.
Something like that, but it's...
But there's development leagues and all that. We don't have those type of...
How many successful rappers are there per year? So you got to know the odds that you're looking at. Like, all right, it's millions of people trying to do this, bro.
This shit got to work.
Yeah, it got to work.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think you'll be as successful today? This is going to be a hard question because you really don't know. If you signed a Trey way, if that didn't happen, if Shawty didn't go through his situation that he's going through, or whatever the case may be, how different you think things would be today for you?
I think it would be way different, because the thing, like when I was running around with Shawty, I think we were trying to do something that was like, we were just trying to have one big moment that just made me famous all at once, instead of like me building that foundation. Yeah. So some people's foundation is based on sand, and some people's foundations is based on concrete, but that would have been like a sand foundation that could have got wiped away with a wave, just like the way that the dude ratted, and then his shit got wiped away with a wave.
Were you signed to Jada at that point?
Yeah, but okay. That's what we was trying to do, because before the kid went left or whatever, it was, it was the possibility to put like, all right, the the legend co-signing, and then this new hot rapper co-signing, and then it's like boom, whatever it is. If it was a major situation, they would have did it like this is the new Eminem type. However they put their spin on it, and it would have been a move like that. But that wasn't in God's plan. And
I'm happy you said that, because destiny and fate, man, sometimes shit's already written for us.
It's already written for sure.
We just don't know like how things would have been for you if that didn't happen at that moment, because that situation with Trey Wade could have happened later on while you are signing. Who knows where you at that point in time,
right?
If you get caught up in that situation. So things happen in life that's out of our control, and it is what it is, and fate, destiny, whether you believe in it or not. I do, because
Now I do 100% too, and I think that it's like, I think that God gives you like the decisions. I think that every day your life is like a series of decisions that you make. He gives you like 3 options or however many it is, and your life comes out to like what options you go with. Or maybe the devil gives you options, The devil gives you options and God gives you options, and it's like how many times you go with God and how many times you go with the devil. See what I'm saying?
My man put me on with this book, Outwitting the Devil. And every day, as much as God is giving us, better options, the devil is also giving us options every day. And I just think about it. I'm like, damn, the devil put that bitch in my life.
Yeah.
The devil put this hoe in my life. You really got to think about decision making. The way the world is right now, and you're a successful rapper, right? You're in that environment, and you're seeing a lot when it comes to the women and the fast life and all that. As a successful man, and I know you're trying to reach legendary moments in your life, so this success there's still another tier that I know you want to reach. When it comes to making decisions with females and shit like that, because shit's spooky right now, like, how do you go about that? How do you move? Because you have to be very, like, you got to really think it out. You got to be careful, man. That's why I see how you move. You're a calculated nigga. I see you going out the country with it. And I don't know what you're doing out the country, because I know what I do. I go for missionary work. I'm out there building women empowerment, and I'm giving charity work. I don't know what other guys do, but yes.
Me too.
I'm helping the women in certain communities in different countries. That's how I give back. That might be the safest way to play.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, don't be ashamed. Listen.
Now, I ain't ashamed of nothing in life, but I think my shit is a little different than that.
Okay, that's that success talk. Well, me, I'm not. When I go, I have to pay. I have to pay when I go to these countries, and I get into these type of situations. But those are the safest situations, I feel like, because you get into situations where you're building relationships with females, and it can come back and haunt you 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I'd rather just pay $100, $200, and that's it. I don't have to worry about a lawsuit. That's just me. That's just how I play. Because I know you've been to Colombia, you've been to Haiti, and all these other places. I actually tried to get a girl a BBL in Haiti, and she turned it down. I don't know why. Yeah, that was the best cost. I was like, what's the cheapest BBL you
tried to get her the BBL in Haiti?
Yeah, in Haiti. I was like, what's the cheapest BBL?
I don't know if they do BBLs in Haiti.
No, they do. It's different type of doctor, though. It's not like a shirt. It's like a voodoo doctor.
Yo.
They just put a needle in your ass. That shit.
That's ass shot. That's ass
you selling your soul anyway. You're already selling your soul. So it's like, fuck, if you get in a BBL, you pretty much selling your soul. It's like $1,000.
BBL
like
in
all
Haiti
in.
is wild.
Yeah,
bro.
all in. $1,000 all in. Recovery and everything. It's just, she ain't want to risk it though. But I'm like, all right, fuck it. You rather go to DRs right there. I'm always trying to save. I'm always trying to save. But on a serious note, you being the guy you are, you definitely got to be mindful of the females that you have around you and shit like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Shit's real spooky, man.
Yeah, I feel like though, you just gotta You know, that's natural. Like, you got to be around,
That's
aware
not
of every.
natural.
You got to be aware of everybody that you're around, man. And be aware, like, in what sense are you saying?
Well, I feel like
Like to
it's
try to line you, to
No,
try to
I
get
feel like
clout
it's all-
off
it's
you, to
different
try to
when-
lock you in with
Yeah,
a kid, like all the above
yeah,
type shit.
all the above when it comes to
Yeah.
female, because I feel like that's one of our biggest decisions that as a man in your life, that's the biggest decision you're gonna make is who you pick to be your baby mother, who you pick to sleep with, who you pick to be in a relationship with. Like, that's the biggest decision you're gonna make, especially as a successful man, because that can really ruin you. Look at Shannon Sharp. Look what Diddy's going through. Like,
Shannon Sharp looks like he's still doing the podcast.
he is, because he's independent.
He's smooth.
ESPN, the corporate America got him out of here. ESPN got him out of there, and he lost a lot of marketing.
Yeah,
with-
I would definitely say that you kind of gotta get over the phase of wanting to clip everything.
What do you mean? Just like
Just
being
like
selective?
you gotta get certain shit out of your system, you know. You gotta focus, man. You gotta focus on your dreams and goals, because I think more than anything, like, women could be a distraction.
Absolutely. I really do believe
That's
that.
not even their fault.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. If you're on a path, you're trying to build something incredible, you could get a lot of guys aren't succeeding because they worried about women, man. They open their phone and they're looking at their explore page and they're looking at the girls
Talk
they
about
follow.
it.
They're worried about
Talk
if
about
a girl viewed their story.
Talk about
If
it.
the girl liked their story, dudes get with their homeboy or start talking about this girl, this guy. I mean, I try to dead all of them conversations, bro. I'm not.
You never got caught up in that. That's
I mean,
never-
yeah, it's natural. It's natural to get caught up in that, but it's like low frequency shit, man. She's fucking him and so and so.
Yeah.
I was supposed to fuck the bitch because boop bop bop bop. Man, let's talk about some money. Let's talk cause that's just gonna come with it. You gotta understand at the highest level of this shit, bro, it'll break your heart. It will break your heart if you know what's going on. The more levels that you get up, like the women that dudes is wifing to be the 8th girl in an orgy for a lit dude, bro. Like,
It's just nasty.
the eighth one. See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's somebody's bride, but the dude decided like she's gonna be the 8th one I clip.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on in the world, so you gotta focus on yourself, man. Dudes be focused on girls that camp out in the NBA players lobby, bro.
That's why I tell
Camp out for
I
days,
believe
bro.
it. I tell
Like how I
niggas-
camped out at the BT Cypher for my
Yeah,
dream. They'll
yeah,
camp
yeah.
out for an NBA
Yeah.
player, and this is
They trying to get that
this is
kill.
the girl
Yeah.
that dudes
They set
will.
themselves up.
This is the girl that dudes will put all their time and brain power into and resources into, and she's just a kill to somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a low level kill, the 8th kill in that orgy.
Damn.
All girl orgy, because they taking girls trips.
That's
And
that success talk.
I'm
It's
not
a
even
different
gonna,
world.
I'm not even going to blow their spot, man. It's going down, and it'll break y'all's hearts, man. It'll break a lot of your hearts, man. For real.
I have a saying.
It'll break your fucking heart if you knew.
He's talking to y'all niggas.
God,
Listen,
it'll
listen.
break your heart if you knew. Oh Lord,
I say this. Love yourself, King.
love yourself.
And that's the
big.
main thing you
That's
have to
big.
do as a man out here. Love yourself. Make yourself a priority. Sometimes we get lost. And we work
110%.
hard. We do all this for other people. Take care of your kids and do all that. Just be careful and be mindful.
You gotta love yourself 110% before you can love somebody 1%. See what I'm saying? Love
Yeah.
yourself 110%, and then you're able to give somebody 1% of love. Like, that's how the shit goes. At least I think in my mind.
Now I believe you, because you know why I really believe you, because I know you out here breaking up happy homes and shit like that.
But I'm not even like chasing that. Like, that don't even give me a thrill to be like, oh, I fucked so and so's bitch. That's just life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't give me a thrill. Like,
Destroying black love.
this is a
Different
comedy
situations.
podcast. He's
Yeah,
being funny. He said a funny joke. I destroyed nothing.
I see you outside.
No. That's any girl I bring to the Celtics game, the media put it and say I date her. So
So you and Remy not dating or no?
no, that's my friend, man.
Yeah.
We cool. That's my people.
Yeah. But that the rapper dude, Freddie Gibbs, you definitely punished her. His BM, you punished her. It's just part of the success. It's just part of the lifestyle. Everything you just told me, the 8th one, Like it just happens. He got to understand that he's a rapper.
I'm not gonna lie, like most of the girls I've been with, we just taking it to the grave for real.
Damn. Yo.
I respect that shit in a woman. Like I'll talk to a woman and be like, listen, like nobody ever gotta know.
I respect it too.
Nobody
really
ever
do.
gotta know.
That's why a lot of women rather would deal with a guy like you, because men now are the new women. Niggas are in the pussy and already letting everybody know what's going on.
And that's another thing. Like you out here spending your whole life to try to knock shit down so you could tell people about it. That shit's gonna get tiring. You know, I fuck that bitch. I fuck that bitch too. Look at this bitch. I fuck. That shit get tiring. You start just doing it. You know.
But sometimes dudes are knocking certain joints, not even because of the girl, because of the dude that's knocking it.
That's where it's really wicked.
Yeah, it gets weird.
And so that's where it's like, so the girls will boom the rapper for free and then tax the trapper and the scammer. And the trapper and the scammer's going because they be like, oh, she fuck with so-and-so. See what I'm saying? So now the price done went up because a name is associated to it.
Oh, I appreciate you. We got to damn, man, I'm trying to get him right. I'm trying to get Millyz, tell me more about the industry, women that he done took down already.
A freak, like, bro.
Come on, listen. We gotta be careful with the freak word. It's getting a lot of niggas in trouble. You can't even be a freaky. You can't even be a freaky nigga no more. Like you can't be too freaky.
Yeah, I was having.
You gotta create a line when it comes to having sex now, because the way sex is being, I guess advertised or what I know other dudes are into. I'm like, damn, that's sex. When I see a nigga like Punisher come on TV, like how you like this nigga name is Punisher, he can't even get hard. This nigga's having problems getting hard, and I'm just sitting there like, come on, bro. It's just like you going online, you're ordering dudes to be, you're supposed to be an Olympic fucker. The niggas is paying you to perform to fuck their bitch, and you can't even perform. That's why you need the BNF smoothie. Like you would have got through. But it's nasty times right now, bro. Like I look at sex differently now. I just want to do missionary. That's it. Keep it safe. I don't want to flip a bitch over. That could be a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep it simple, bro. For real. I ain't even make it yet. I'm still indie with the pod. I'm still independent. I'm not even signing nobody, but I gotta think. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta think.
Yeah, you gotta be smart out here. I see a lot of Haitian influence when it comes to certain shit you do in the music. Like I see a lot of Haitian flags, a lot of, homies that I know who are Haitian around you. Where did that come from?
Graham Parks.
Say that again? I didn't hear you.
Graham Parks. It was like my elementary school and shit like that.
Oh, there's a lot of Haitians there.
Yeah, it was a bilingual school. So 50% of the school was from Port-au-Prince. And 50% of the school was just regular kids from Cambridge. But I used to always kick it since I was real young with all the kids that just came from Port-au-Prince and shit like that. So, and then my neighborhood just had, Haitians. I had a lot of, man, I got saved by Jesus Christ in a church in Dudley Square. A Haitian church in Dudley Square.
Haitian church is different.
Yeah, I used to sleep over.
That's like really going to church.
I used to sleep over the Norm Mills house. And when I'm like 11, 12 years old, and they used to take me to this Haitian church in Dudley. It had a basketball hoop in the back. And I don't know, we just had to learn that part sucked. Like everything else was cool. Like we had to go to church every day and shit
Haitians
like that.
take church.
Yeah, they took church that serious. I couldn't believe we had to wake up so early. It was killing me. But and we went to Haiti, man. So I love Haiti. How
was that experience for you going to Haiti, man? White people get treated in Haiti differently. Like I'm talking about like I shared this story before. Like my dad went to Haiti and they treated him like Michael Jackson. And we got to the airport, everybody's grabbing his bags. I'm like, Dad, do you know these people? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but that's home. Regular. That's how they press you. That's how they get you. That's how they press you.
He didn't know nobody.
No, that's how they press you in that airport. Like when we went out to Haiti, Blaze called me and he was like, yo, we about to go to Haiti tomorrow. And I was like, bet, I'm about to book my ticket. I'm so fucking burnt. I'm not even knowing what's going on. I'm like, I'm about to book my ticket. So I booked my ticket before I consulted with anybody. I just booked my ticket. I know how to book my own flights and shit like that. So
I would hope so.
I booked my ticket. Some people don't know how to book flights. I booked my own flight or whatever, and I was in the airport the next day, like probably 10 hours later, whatever it was, 14 hours later, and I was with a cameraman. I was with Blaze's cameraman, and we got to the gate to go to Port-au-Prince from Logan, and the cameraman was like, I'm not sure about this, bro. I got a bad feeling. And he was Haitian.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, bro, what's up? Like, what's wrong with going to Haiti, bro? He's like, nah, my aunt told me don't go out there, bro. I'm not sure. And he was physically like getting a little scared, like to go onto the plane.
Now that made you nervous. Did that make you nervous?
A little bit, but I was like, but I'm more of a street guy than him, like, so I'm like,
Haiti's different though.
I'm burnt, bro, like I'm fried, and I walk with God, so I'm like, I could go anywhere. If I could pray there, I could stay there, so I'm like, man, we'll be all right, bro, it's cool. We get on the plane, now I'm really the only white person, like, for sure, 100%, 100,000%, so the plane take off, so I'm like, that's interesting, you know, and we get to the airport, and yo, the airport, when you get off, like, and you're walking through the building, people's just like a little aggressive in the airport, like kind of like, it's like your bags is right here, and people's just grabbing it and shit, like kind of like more aggressive than New York. Like if your hand's right there and something's right there, like just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of aggressive. So we're walking. Oh, and this is what happened. So Blaze and them missed their flight. So I was in Haiti by myself, bro.
Oh, that's fucking
blew my mind.
Just you and the cameraman.
Just me and the cameraman. And he's not a street guy. Like, I love you to death, but so even if he was a street guy, it doesn't matter.
You need somebody from out there to
you need somebody fucking
valid,
stern from out there. Like, you not even somebody from out there, bro. That's not gonna help you. You need a lot more shit than that. But so we walked like out, but Blaze was like, look, you're gonna look for whose brother was I looking for? I was like looking for his cousin. It was like
at the airport. It
was like Mango Man Swerve's older brother, somebody. I was looking for like, I think this, I forget. I was looking for one of Blaze's people. And he's like, yeah, he's gonna be at the airport. Yo, we pushed out, and I swear to God, it was wild dudes on the fence, just like looking through the chain link fence at us. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I've been to places where, you know, they push up on you for cabs and shit, but these dudes weren't saying nothing. I don't even know why they were at the airport for real. They just holding the fence, just looking at us.
They looking who to kidnap.
I see my man, but I'm like, I see my man, but I'm like, I gotta be comfortable right now. I seen him, I was so happy, bro. So we get in the car and they're like, all right, we gotta go pick a rental up, and we get on the street, but the street, it's like everybody's dictating traffic. It's like, it's a street.
Oh, the streets is that.
The street is like 6 lanes, but it's not like 3 lanes. It's 3 lanes. It's like,
we got no street lights.
It's just like everybody. It's like get it how you live. Like 8 people on a motorcycle. Shit is going on. It's like New York times a trillion as far as like, there's no stop signs and shit.
Running around, crossing the street.
Yeah, but I'm still jacking it. I'm still pretty comfortable. I'm like, all right, whatever. We pull into the rental place, kicking it out there. And my man just, the dude we're with, he just started yelling at the rental people, and they're yelling at him, but I'm not knowing they're really just having a conversation. But I'm like, damn, they're just yelling at each other.
That's how Haitian people talk. That's a regular conversation.
So yeah, you gotta be aggressive and shit. Like you gotta be assertive and aggressive so you don't get jerked on the deal.
That's the culture right there.
So we go to the hotel. I forget what the hotel was called, but we get into the hotel. This dude's with AR-15s out there and shit. So we get into the hotel. It's Hotel Caribe. So we get into the hotel, and this is the first time I see like a group of white people in there. And I was like, oh shit.
Feel a little safer. I know that had to be a good sign. I was
just like, you know, I was smooth though. But they weren't like American white people. They was like some sort of, I don't know where they came from, bro. But it was like 12 of them for sure. So, you know, this prestige at the joint, drinking, eating good, all type of red snapper, whatever type of fish they're bringing out, busting, everything busting. Shit is cool. We go to the club, because I'm only there for a night. No, we might have slept that night. Then the next day, we go to the club. It was this guy named Maxie something. He's lit out there, though. He's like a lit DJ. So we go to the club. And when we move to the club, you know, we got like 10 SUVs.
Well, first, you don't know nobody. You doing a lot of movement.
No, I knew people by then.
Okay.
There's mad people who've been deported from Cambridge.
Okay.
Like people that I grew up with.
Right,
people
so you had contacts.
People that like my dog. Like I don't even want to say his name because he hot. Like, but my dog. Like I'm bumping in the I'm bumping in the valid guys, and they bringing street guys to the hotel. So by the time we in the hotel, shit, I'm like Tupac at death row. You feel me? That's how I'm feeling. Like we back out like 10 black 10 black trucks or whatever it is, 10 SUVs. Might not have been black trucks. We back out like 10
Toyota
SUV, whatever,
Pathfinders,
whatever the equivalent.
10 Pathfinders.
10 Pathfinders. So we in 10 Pathfinders, and they drive fast. So we drive real fast to the club. I know we got sticks, all of that. We got security. We all park in these little parking lots. Our parking lot was it was like a gravel little parking lot that held like 6 cars or some shit like that. And so we push up from the parking lot. We all link. We couldn't all physically park together because it's like little parking lots out there. So we all park and we all link, and we push up to the club. When we pushing up to the club, we see these kids. I guess they call them. They're like street kids out there. It's like 18 to 25-year-olds, but they're like, I guess they just, I don't know if they live in the street or what it is, but just tough kids that just be outside the club. But I see them. And like I embrace them, like we show love. It's cool. Like I embrace them. They showing love and respect. We get into the club. The club is fire. People's literally blowing fire. It's bad bitches everywhere. The music is crazy. It's turned. This is the most fun I'm having. Like people's really dancing. The club is teed. Like, and I've been to clubs everywhere from Paris to Amsterdam to Colombia. One of the best
club experiences.
That was
in Haiti.
Yeah, the club was crazy because and I'm telling you, Vegas. I've been to all it. Whatever you think is the shit, I've been there. I did that.
People wouldn't expect that.
Live whatever Dre is. I've been to all the lit shit, bro.
There's a big misconception.
No, we in Haiti and the club is teed. Like I can't explain the energy. The girls is blowing fire. There's no roof on the club, so it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's just beautiful. The music's up. It's a vibe. Like, oh my God, it's so teed up. There was certain dudes who was at the hotel earlier with me that was just looking at me the whole time. I'm like, this dude don't like me. They started smiling in the club and shit. Like, it was cool. We leave out the club. I'm just in a good ass mood. I'm on like cloud 9. We bump into the same street kids. And they're just like, you know, I'm in a good mood though. I'm like, what's up, bro? One of the dudes I was with, one of my deportee homies, he had a real Haitian dude with him from there type shit. It was the same dude who didn't say nothing while we was at the hotel. I don't know if he was muscle or what, but I'm chopping it with the street kids, and the dude just grabbed his hand, like he grabbed his arm, like don't touch him type shit. And all the energy just changed on like both sides, and they just started barking on each other. But I've been in Haiti now for like a day and a half, so they barking on each other, but I can't really tell if this is like some regular shit, because people talk aggressively, but they talking super aggressively type shit.
So what ended up happening? Anybody get hurt?
So look, they talking aggressively type shit, and dude's like, yo, Mills, let's go to the car. So we end up, now I'm knowing it's a serious situation, so we basically end up going into the back, and we get pushed into the back where our parking lot was. But now there's a door. It's like a concrete door. It's been closed in front of our car type shit. So as we get into the Pathfinder, now we only like 2 cars deep. But all the kids from the street, somehow they get into the parking lot. So they're in the parking lot and they start banging on our windows and shit. I'm on Instagram. I'm looking. I'm like, this is probably some normal Haiti shit. I don't know what's going on. But it wasn't no normal shit. They was really asking for 6 bands for us to leave the parking lot.
Oh, these kids that y'all seen before y'all got in the club.
They grown men though. They grown men. They're like 18 to 25. I'm just calling them kids. So they surrounding our car, but our driver's like barking back at them type shit. He's saying some shit. I didn't know it was serious until Blaze was like, yo man, what's going on? And Blaze is real calm and cool and shit. So once Blaze looked like affected by it, I was like, oh, this is a real situation. I put my phone away. Now I'm kind of looking at what's going on. I'm like, yo, what they saying? I need to know at this point what they're saying.
So you went from thinking you was in Vegas, now you like, I'm back in Haiti now.
No, this is the first time I really realized I was in Haiti
Yeah,
and what
like-
and what type of time in
Yeah.
Haiti was on. Cause he's saying, yo, they want 6 bands for us to leave this parking lot. I'm like, what you mean to leave this parking lot? Like, he was like, don't worry about it. Hold on. And so now I'm trying to tell them, yo, tell our drivers, Mango Man Swerve's brother. I'm trying to tell him. Whole time I thought he was like a square, but he's not a square. I'm realizing in physical confrontation, like he's on that type of time. But our drive, and I know we got sticks, but these dudes don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and we're blocked off in a parking lot with no light, and they banging on the windows and shit, and like demanding that we pay them 6,000 American cash. So like, long story short, that shit just kept escalating, and then some dude with some fake SWAT type looking police shit walked in, and as soon as he walked in, somebody ran from our car, opened the gate on this shit, jumped back in the car, and we swerved off. At the second that they was distracted by like the police looking dude, we just swerved off, and we did like, they drove so fast back to the hotel, and then people told me that people's getting kidnapped in Haiti.
Next flight back to
Bro,
Bo.
no, listen, so
Back
I'm
to
like,
Logie.
damn, so we essentially just got kidnapped for real. I'm thinking
was
about
an
it. I'm like,
attempt, super
we was like detained kind of.
That sounds like a.
You know what I mean?
experience,
Because
yeah.
we couldn't leave. So now I'm looking at Haiti different. I got one more night. I went to sleep that night. My shit was on a swivel. The next day I woke up, I knew I had to get to Port-au-Prince airport. They wanted to make a stop off and give their aunt in Haiti all different type of shit
you
from
like,
America
fuck,
or whatever.
I'm outta here.
Bro, I am petrified at this point because now you got to understand, kids are pulling up to my hotel from seeing me on Instagram. Kids are saying I'm their favorite rapper and shit, but I think they just finding my drop.
Yeah,
Now I'm just
they tryna
super
line you.
paranoid, so I'm keeping my back like to the wall, like because now nobody ever told. The reason the cameraman was scared in the first place because people's getting their physical body snatched. So I'm not understanding that.
And you gotta understand,
Nobody told me that anyone was getting kidnapped by the time I was booked.
Millyz, you probably at least a good. You talking about 6
Oh, they
bands?
would've
Y'all
took-
should have paid that 6 bands.
Nah,
you would at least 500,000.
They would have took me. I didn't wear no jewelry.
500. Trump would have had to get involved.
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Trump would
I'm
have
gonna keep it a
had
bean too. I didn't even go out there with no
Why would you
jewelry
do
on.
that? Why would you do that?
Everywhere else I've been with some jewelry on, but at that time I really ain't had jewelry. That was like
Why would you-
2018.
I
so
hope you wouldn't do that. You see what happened to Wyclef? Wyclef got shot in Haiti, man. Wyclef got shot in Haiti. What do you think would have happened to you?
So look, we take the next day on the way to the airport. We finally get to the airport. Like by the time I get there, bro, that might have been my most paranoid day. Like by the time we finally get to the airport and I physically stepped foot in the airport, that was the first time I felt safe since the whatever that was, kidnapping or whatever. You know?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. You told that story, and I'm sitting
That's
there.
the only time like I really like been pressed in my rap career.
That's
like
different.
that. Like,
That you can't even count that. That's different. That's like
yeah,
a
can't
whole-
nobody save you out there. 'Cause
Yeah,
they don't get
yeah.
them kids. You could put a gun in their face and they gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. Shoot, like
Yeah, they done seen that.
it's a different
Out of birth.
type of it's a different type of motion.
No, honestly, like when you started telling your story, I was like, yo, he's giving Haiti like a good light.
No,
And
but
I'm
I
like-
wanna say that.
and then the shit just went
There's
back to
both,
what I
though.
see on CNN and Fox News.
No,
I'm
but
like,
there's
oh
both,
shit,
though.
he
That's
was really
what-
in Haiti.
that's what
I
I'm
didn't think he was in
saying.
Haiti before, but I'm like, oh shit.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. There's
No
both.
wonder
so.
Shorty didn't want to get that BBL. Now I know that sounded like an experience, man. Just moving on, man, real quick with it. But that was definitely a good story. What's the biggest misconception about being from Cambridge that people don't know? Because I feel like people like to throw shots. You know, I'm talking about from Boston, like he's from Cambridge or whatever the case may be. And what's the biggest misconception that people don't know about Cambridge? I know a few
what's the
niggas.
biggest-
I know a few niggas from Cambridge who get to it and shit like that. Shout out to my North Cambridge niggas and my niggas from Cambridge doing their thing. But
I mean, what's the biggest misconception about Boston? That's an easy one.
nah, I might say something different from you though. Like we just spoke about it
Now-
off camera
Yeah.
about Boston not being a lit city. That's the biggest misconception.
But I mean, it just they think Boston is just the town and the Patriots
Niggas from-
and Red Sox. And
Yeah,
shit like that.
niggas from outside our city or outside the state, I would say, think Boston is just a sports education town. They don't think Boston is gritty, grimy, or niggas get busy. That's the biggest misconception.
Yeah, so it's like if somebody from Boston got a misconception about Cambridge, it's the same shit. It's just like, it's There's misconceptions about their city, there's misconceptions about our city. But really, we the 617. We supposed to just stick together and put this shit in motion and step on the gas for Massachusetts in general. I be on some Massachusetts shit. Like, that's what I think is lit. I think Massachusetts is lit as a state.
I think the advantage for you being from Cambridge is you're able to not get caught up in the Boston.
They still try to put me in their politics.
But I still think it's easier though for you. I'm not saying you don't face issues here and there, but it's easy for you to just bring other artists together or just collab and do certain shit that niggas from Boston can't do. So there is an advantage of being from outside of Boston musically, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like
Cambridge, like the South End, bro. That's what it's like. Mass Ave and all that shit. That's where like it remind me more of that. I don't know the parameters of the South End, but that shit is very. You gotta understand. We get born in Boston hospitals. If you had to race me from my neighborhood to the Garden, the State House, downtown Crossing, you know what I mean? We just grow up in that proximity, so it's like.
Why do you feel our mentality is like area. That? Just like the city of Boston. Why do you think our mentality is the way it is?
I don't know. I feel like we just kind of been raised up to do certain things. Like we've been raised up that you can't make it in music, and this music isn't really our thing, you know? Like in New York, they're accustomed to artists blowing up and shit like that, or they got other shit to be proud of other than sports. So it's like we proud out here to have the Celtics and the Patriots and the Red Sox, but then Celtics and the Patriots and Red Sox aren't from here. So whoever we had to be proud of that came from out here, you know, I think it's like that's not embedded in us to show love to artists and different people coming out of your city. But every city got hate though. When I talk to any artist from any city, they say, "Oh, yo, I get so much hate in my city." So this shit really ain't new, and you can't take it personal, you know.
How do you deal with it? You know, reaching certain amount of success when you see certain shit being posted online, and you know, I even heard on one of your records talking about, you know, niggas wanting, niggas saying they want attention, but they really want attention pretty much. I don't know if I'm quoting you right. Yeah. But, you know, pretty much talking about dudes is putting certain narratives out there. Like, how does that trigger you? That's my main question. Does that trigger you? Does that ever get to you? Do you feel like you ever need to respond to that?
Nah. Like, I just be having other shit going on in life, bro. I be having...
You're human, though.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, bro.
That shit never gets to you at all. Seeing certain shit that's not true, certain narratives.
Nah, I be laughing at it because it's like, you gotta understand. I just see people trying to defame me from all different type of weak angles. It's like, how you not gonna laugh at a lie, bro?
Only you know it's a lie.
And it's like, you gotta understand, there's cities that's way worse. Like I see people go through way worse in Philly, and bro, everybody knows it's a lie. If you don't, you want it, you know, you could give into the devil's energy or the godly energy, man. And when I look at this shit, at the end of the day, you know what God is, bro? God is the opposite of jealousy. God is the opposite of envy. God is the opposite of hate. So it's like how we were saying, you get your temptations from the devil, and then you got God, man. You gotta feed into God. If you hating on a man, if you thinking about a man, you waking up, first of all, that's, you know what I mean?
I would say that it's easy to get tricked out your spot sometimes when you see negative shit just being put out there that you know is false. Sometimes the lies are more attractive.
Yo, I think what you gotta know is like the level of motion, right? So if I put a story up, right, and my story get 120,000 views, 80,000 views on other platforms, I get 200,000 views on a story, shit like that. And people that come show me some shit with 7 likes on it and 200 views on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just in a different ball game, bro. I do millions, and I relate to. I'm cool with rappers that got actual haters that got like a real sense of motion and shit like that, man. And the thing is, though, even when you're talking about when you talking about the shit from back home, like anybody feeding into that shit, I'll say this and that'll be it. You know, those hate propaganda pages and shit like that, they're directly trying to send me to jail and implicate me in crimes. So if you partake, if you one of the 14 people that partakes in them hate pages, you doing police activity, bro. So that's it. Those are pages that directly implicate me in crimes. For real. So if you partake in your little group chat with your little friends and you send that around, you are partaking in police activity. Fuck all the race shit. Fuck all that. What you like as a man in your soul. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm hearing
you are a cop. You sending that shit around. You are the police. You will tell on somebody because you cool with somebody linking me next to crimes and alleging I have done crimes. Type of shit be going on. And that's where not even dry snitching. It's overly, you know what I mean? It's police activity, bro. So if you dealing with that police activity, man, you know, that's on you, man. But
and that's what's fucked up with the game. The game is the internet with social media, that the negativity is what gets attention of a lot of people.
It don't, though. You looking at the negativity. I'm gonna keep it a bean. You looking at the negativity. You gotta look at the abundance of love, bro. Now, you just came from a show where you seen an unprecedented amount of people in there, right?
Yep.
I could post something. If I'm looking at something online, I got 100,000 likes online. These is real people. It's like, you know, when you try to magnify the hate, that's the equivalent to me stepping out in a fresh outfit. All my shit fresh. I got the 2025, 2026 Benz, crazy shit going on. My life is lit, money in my pocket, and I'm gonna be mad because I stepped outside and I got some dirt under my Air Force. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You looking for the dirt under your shoe, bro?
Some people do.
That's what I'm saying, though. You got to be careful what you magnify.
You got to have emotional tolerance. You got to have emotional intelligence, because this shit, like,
and you need it, bro. You need balance. You're not going to be a successful person, tour the world, gross hundreds of thousands of dollars, have access to the women of your dreams, live your dream. Did I say travel around the world? All of that. You're not gonna have that and not get a little hate, bro. That comes with the territory. That is called balance.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can't get an abundance of love without some hate. You need balance. We gotta balance this shit out, man. So you're gonna have the dirt under your shoe. There's no way you could walk out in a fresh fit and not get your shoe a little dirty.
What you're saying is actually true, because when I go on YouTube and, you know, I'm doing my homework and I'm getting ready for this interview and I'm reading the comments, risk takers, 20 million views. It's nothing but love, from different, people from all over.
Pays too.
Yeah. But how does that feel though? Fuck the hate.
Now the love is amazing, and the love, I ain't gonna lie, we get I don't know, bro. We get an abundance of love. Like, we get an abundance of love. Like, if I took you around with me, bro, if we just went state to state, we go to New York. Like, New York showed love since the inception, but we go New York, Philly, Atlanta, Miami, wherever it is. It's just so much love out there, bro. Like a super abundance of love. They love what we're doing. They love that. It's a unique thing that we're coming out of Massachusetts. It's like, we don't threaten nobody in that way, because it's like, it's a brand new thing for them. All right, guys coming out of Massachusetts, they like how we move, shit like that, and it'd be the fans, the rappers. We just get love and support, man, from a lot of people. So you gonna get a little hate. That's, and you gotta accept that. If you bitching about that, you're not built for this. Like that's
you
what
said,
this shit is.
It comes with the success, a little bit of hate, jealous, envy. Sometimes it comes around our own circle and we don't even know. It's just part of the game. It's part of just achieving certain, achievements in life, and it just comes with it. If you're not ready for that, then a lot of niggas crash out. But you come this far, you can't let that shit stop you. You just got to keep making niggas mad. That's what it is. That's the joy. If this makes you upset, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the things. Like, I remember coming up. I heard a rumor, like, this just like in Cambridge. I heard a rumor. Somebody, some little dude. This when I had smaller chains. Some little dude was talking about, when I catch him or take his chain. That shit literally made me go buy a bigger chain. That's when I got this Celtics chain. This like one of my smaller shit. You know, I got big Cubans, I
Yeah.
got shit, but I went out and got this. I put after I heard that, I put 50 on the chain. Word, you gonna take my shit? I gotta go up it then. I gotta get you something nice. You know what I mean? So it's like the hate could inspire you in a way. You feel me?
We have to be careful.
And I'm like
too.
that every time I hear, you know, robbery rumors or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm upping my shit.
But we gotta be careful too. You know,
that careful, but I'm divinely. I'm divinely protected, bro.
Dudes will crash out. We see it right now. You just said the economy's bad. Niggas will crash out and take chances.
100%. But you got to know how to move. And dudes is dumb, but they're not stupid. So you got to know how to move.
And we seen what happened to you know, the Bull in Philly. You know, he was inspiring and he was rapping positivity, and you know, I don't know how much his chain cost or how big his chain was, and he lost his life over a chain, you know. So me fuck up and on a nigga buying bigger jewels and stuff like that. Like I'm doing different shit that you can't even think about. Like I'm shitting on niggas a whole different way now. It's just different, you know.
Yeah, me too. I just had to get this one out the way.
Yeah, you just that's why you treated me like that at your show. You just in a whole different
bro. I didn't see
right
you
now.
at my show, bro.
A whole different bag right now. Having Jadakiss as a mentor.
To everybody at the shows, let the artists have their moment too, man. Let the artists have their moment, man. When you ask somebody's thing and it's their thing, it's their thing. It's not your thing. Let the artists have their
trust
moment.
Me, I
man.
know. I had to fight to get in there. I know. Trust me, I know.
I heard that from 90 people.
I'm 91. Listen, you know, having Jadakiss around you, and how has that helped you as an artist, as a professional rapper, like just your craft and how you go about your personal business on a day to day? Just having him around you.
It's been ill because he's like, you know, one of the most respected rappers ever. Like he just get love everywhere he go type shit. So it's been cool to see him navigate the game. I got to see him, and then I got to see East on the rise, and then I got to see Kiss, who was already a legend. So I got to study. And that's a big thing that we need in mass, too. We need rappers for other rappers to study type shit. Because if you got no example, it's going to be hard for you to try to, you know, get in this game and make it work because you got no example of what to do.
No, but I see you kind of, I don't want to use the wrong words like mentor or playing that role, but I see you trying to help or putting dudes in certain positions where they can win. I see you have other rappers in the city around you and just, giving dudes opportunities, you know?
Yeah, nah, I try as much as possible because I'm not there yet. You feel me? I'm not there yet where I could just push the button and your shit go, but G Nipsey in a real good position. Jigs, Dada, everybody I be with, and then it's like, you gave
Reem Scully a great look.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reem Scully.
It's so many artists, and it's kind of up to the city and up to the state to like feel like it's the cool thing to support. The same way they support me, they gotta support the upcoming local talent type shit.
Dave,
shout out
Dave
K-Money.
East. Shout out K-Money. Dave East, right?
Yeah.
How is it being in the studio with him? You got Jadakiss as a mentor. He got Nas. Is there a competitive thing going on when y'all laying y'all verses, or how was that when both of y'all guys are in the studio together?
Yeah, I think it's always like not unhealthy competition, but it's like healthy competition, still sharp and still. So definitely, like if East is going to rap, like I know he's going to rap. So I'm gonna try to keep up, man. That's New York. So you got 8, 9 guys in the studio. You want to have bars that got people scrunching their face up and shit. I still come from that, but I kind of been moving into my singing bag too. So I've been putting in my work with the rapping for a long time.
Is this the last Blanco that we gonna get? I know you've been going back and forth.
I'm indecisive.
With B7 or what we doing? We stopping it or we gonna keep it going?
I don't know. I'm indecisive, but I do know that like I wouldn't want to die right now and have Risk Takers be my biggest song. I love Risk Takers, but I don't think that represent me completely as an artist because I sing a lot too. So I want a song that's bigger than that, singing on it.
You have like you're a good scout, but when it comes to music, but you know how to like put a certain, team together when it comes to, collaborating with certain artists. Cause obviously your sound. you know, I feel like you're always picking the right artist to feature with and do music with, you know.
Yeah, I try to A&R shit for real.
Now you definitely got that. Like there's certain artists that you could tell like, oh shit, him and like even right now, a Meek feature right now is like Meek's on fire right now. You done did a you know, I seen you collab with Meek, Albie, you know, obviously we spoke about East, even the Leaf Ward, you know, that those are good collabs.
No
you know?
Cap, 4ix9ine.
No Cap, yes.
All of them, man, I appreciate everybody who got on my album. For real. That's another thing. I came in the game offering people money, you know, and people was turning down my money. Some people took it. A lot of people turned down my money. OD. And now it's like that. Like, so everybody I'm working with is just on a genuine basis, man, just appreciating the art and shit. So
they say rappers right now are living check to check. I don't want to count your pockets or whatever. How hard it is to be a rapper just going about just making income these days. Like, how do you go about it? Is it certain ways you're supposed to like just create new revenue streams for yourself?
Yeah, you got to go hard right now. You got to be a hustler to stay afloat right now, for sure. Because there's just so many different expenses. But if you stop paying for certain shit, you know, whether it's videos or studio, and if you slow down on spending, your shit might sink. So you got to stay afloat right now. Yeah, it's tough though.
It is tough.
It's just like the streets though. If the streets are slow, rap is slow.
Yeah.
That's just the economy's touching everything. The only thing it probably don't touch is like basketball and athletics and all that. But you know, people's not investing into it. Like paid features is down because people's not trying to invest into being a rapper right now.
Yeah. And I see you even going the route of jumping on certain streams like Kai Cenat. That was dope to see you on there. And
hell yeah.
And certain, I feel like the game is
that's my favorite shit to do. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't even like. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I think I told you, but like I don't like this interview shit. Like I do the interviews, it's cool, but it's just like
you did great on this one.
No, I fuck with your platform, OD.
Yeah, appreciate you.
So I wanted to do it, but like eventually I'm gonna stop doing interviews because I like doing them stream type shits. That's more my real personality, you know. Like these shits be cool, but it's still like answer, question, answer. Them stream shits,
but
you
we're
can
not
play.
gonna act like certain interviews didn't, you know, get people familiar with you.
Nah, for sure. I like interviews in a way, but I'm saying I'm not 100% comfortable with interviews, and I'll never be the way that like a stream is like you're really just chilling. Like when you on Kai or like you went with.
I feel like we was chilling today. I feel like we was just. I don't feel like this was an interview. I feel like we had a great conversation. I feel like we're streaming now. It's just we on a podcast, but I just feel like we just.
Yeah, but streaming cool because we got the same conversation.
See, you're supposed to help me out there.
Nah. I'm jacking the podcast,
catch that.
man.
You caught everything else before, but you ain't catching this one right now. I'm trying to have you help me out.
Yeah, BNF, man. Get on the pod.
But, you know that. But before we get out of here, I'm gonna ask you one last question. I don't know if you really, you know, a real gambler. I've seen you gamble with Gilly before, but right now the odds for the escapees right now, the fugitives from New Orleans.
There's only one left, right?
There's two. There's two left right now. We got Derek, we got Antonio Massey, and we got I believe Derek. I think it's Grove. I think we got both of them right now. The one with the tattoo on his face, Antonio, he's probably like a plus. I think I seen it's a plus 250. That he survives. He's the last one standing versus Derek. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't think the dude with all the tats on his face was gonna survive this long. Like a dude like you, I'm thinking you getting caught like the first day or whatever. But what would you do if you was in somebody's shoes? Like what's the first thing you would have did if you escaped jail within like, what's the first thing you think you would have did? Would you got some, like how you think you would have went about it? I know I would have got caught like the first, I know I would have been out of here. Like, I would have did some dumb shit.
I don't know. I don't even want to put my name nowhere next to jail, bro. I'll leave that to these dudes.
But you know, I'm rooting for Derek, man. You know, I'm rooting for both of them. You know, like I know New Orleans, their jail system and the prison system out there is probably all fucked up. I just seen mad documentaries how it is. Just in the NO, so I know they're going through rough times. So we're gonna see how it all, you know, ends up and how it goes for them. I hope Millyz never have to go through anything like that. And he shouldn't, because he's a professional rapper. And he got good energy around him. If you could survive Haiti, you could survive anything.
For sure.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on the show. It's not a stream, but it felt like it was a great vibe. And it felt like an interview. It didn't feel like you was getting interrogated, nothing like that. It was just conversation.
It's cool. It's cool.
Just a vibe. And if this gonna be a final interview,
I ain't saying it's gonna be a final.
It happened with BNF.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming on. Man. Appreciate the love.
Keep going forever. Keep the consistency going forever. Yeah, I'm trying,
man. You always show love. That's one thing about you. You always show love, bro.
It's because the consistency. And there's a few other podcasts, but it's like, I liked to see your drive when you came home and you just got straight to it. You was having guests on, especially just merging shit nationally. Like I was jacking that.
Got to get to it.
For sure.
All right, man. Toast to success, man. Keep going, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know the vibes. It's BNF podcast, man. We signing out. You know that one of the best tequilas out right now. Matter of fact, it is the best tequila out right now. So make sure you go cop that, man. BNF podcast. We signing out.
It was partying in the back.
Man, appreciate you, kid.
Hell yeah.
You know that. How was that? Can we get a hand clap or something, man?
Look at the game switch. Look at the game switch. Look at the game switch.
Hey, shut up. Lieutenant made this one.